guess it would be your first ever time to think about or reflect on the word ass for the first times in your life. So good evening again. Today our team PB&J presents you the many faces of ass. Many of you are likely familiar with the English slang word ass, a term widely used in both American and British English. But have you ever stopped to think about how much you really know about this multifaceted term? It's a term with an incredible range of meanings, and we're here to explore its versatility. First things first, why do we use this topic? At first, we initially decided to simply translate and present a stand-up comedy video clip, but why specifically stand-up comedy? Among the many forms of comedy, we found stand-up comedy to be one of the most challenging yet intriguing genres for several reasons. First, in stand-up comedy, at its essence, the comedian stands alone on stage, like me, with nothing but their words. There's no background information or elaborate setup provided beforehand. The humor relies solely on their storytelling and delivery. Second, unlike sitcoms and animation shows, stand-up performances have minimal visual elements to help the audience understand the jokes. This makes cultural understanding and linguistic nuance much more important for fully appreciating the humor. Given these unique characteristics, we selected our video clip based on these three criteria. First, the cultural difference between English and Korean context. Second, the humor factor, how funny it is. Third, how difficult it is for us to translate. Okay, so the stand-up comedy show that we selected is by a Finnish comedian Ismo, who humorously explores the word ass. Please enjoy the video with the translated subtitles we added.
My next guest is the first comedian from Finland to perform on American television. This is a first. He can be seen live at the Hollywood Laugh Factory this weekend and at the Improv in Bragg, California on February 13th. Making his late night stand-up debut with us this evening, please welcome the very funny Ismo.
Hello, good evening. I am Ismo, and yes, I am from Finland. Yay! Yay! I moved to America about a year ago, and it's been great. But I have to say that it took a long time to learn the things, like the small, subtle things. Like, it took me a year to figure out that the correct answer to what's up is what's up. It took a long time, but now I know. If somebody says, what's up, I just say, what's up. and it feels wrong, like I feel I'm not answering a question. But they are happy. So I just keep doing it. And it took me even longer than that to finally learn that can I help you actually means go away. I'm always learning, but I think the language still has been the most difficult part, because I studied English for years and I thought I know English, but then I moved to America. Turns out, no, like I didn't really know it, like all the things. Like I think the hardest word to truly master has been the word ass. Ass. I thought it's really easy. It means a butt. But no. Like yes, sometimes it can mean a butt, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like there are so many meanings to the word ass. I think it's the most complicated word in English. I've been trying to write a whole dictionary about just ass. There's so many. Like for example, lazy ass. That means lazy. Like my lazy ass husband, it's the same sentence. without the ass. Yeah, the ass is just optional there. And long ass means long. Like a long ass flight. So, long flight. But if you want to make it longer, you can add ass. And my definite favorite one, a grown ass man. It turns out it means a grown man. The entire man has grown, not only ass. So I learned that you can just add ass to anything, and then it sounds a little bit cooler. Like anything. I just bought this blue ass shirt. Oh, thank you. That was some good ass meatballs. Anything, but you have to be careful because sometimes if you add ass to something, it can actually reverse the meaning of the original word. Like for example, bad ass. That's good. Like bad is bad, but bad ass is good. But not always. Like dumb ass is still dumb. So how can you know? You have to know specifically which ones are flipped. And then there's the concept of your ass. And your ass, that means like yourself. Like move your ass. That's like move everything. Move your ass and the rest of your body. And like everything. If you have a car, that's included in the ass. All of them, same direction, just move. So your ass means yourself plus all you have. But my ass, that means like no. Like if I say that, wow, this car is really fast, and you say, oh, fast, my ass. So it means like, no, it's not fast. And to make it even more complicated, ass can be divided. Like if you are an ass, that means that you're being stupid. But if you're half ass, then it means that you are not concentrating properly. And if you go even smaller, if you are a piece of ass, then you are beautiful. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
That's great! Fantastic! That was fantastic! Israel, ladies and gentlemen! Now we get some Karsten Kova. Karsten Kova.
It seems like many of you enjoyed the comedy show that we prepared. Thank you very much for that. And now let me briefly introduce some of the challenges we faced while translating this video clip. First, we had to carefully consider the word ass and its direct translation in Korean, which is, what's the direct translation? Right, it's ongdong. Everyone knows. However, after multiple discussions within our team, we reflected very much on that word. We realized that finding a perfect Korean equivalent for ass was no easy task, almost impossible. The challenge lies in the fact that ass is a polysemy, which means a single word with multiple meanings. Meanwhile, ongdom이, although literally means buttocks, it has many different synonyms in Korean, as we wrote. Interestingly, both words share a similar characteristic, which is diversity. Ass has diverse meanings depending on the context, while ongdom이 has a variety of synonyms to describe the same concept. After recognizing this shared diversity, we decided to use just ongdom이 as our base translation, but aim to incorporate creative twists to preserve the nuance of ass in different contexts. Okay, and can we skip that part? Thank you. Before I show you some specific translation examples, let me give you a brief history of the word ass as a slang term. Originally, you don't have to look at that for now, ass referred to a donkey, the animal in the horse family donkey, which is its first definition when you look up on the English dictionary. And over time, the word evolved to mean buttocks, as most of us are familiar with. And the third meaning of ass, if you look up on the dictionary, is a suffix, misa. It's like something plus ass, which is often used in slang terms, as Ismo introduced, as an intensifier, frequently with a depreciatory or like humorous tone. In British English, there's a similar word, arse, as you can see over there, which also refers to someone's buttocks or an irritating person. Although ass is also widely used in British English, we found that the word arse is distinctly British and less commonly used today. And here you can see a graph comparing the usage frequency of ass and the word arse. So ass is in the blue line above and arse is in the red line below. Since the 1990s, you can see over there, the usage of ass has surged dramatically, whereas the slope of arse has remained less steep. We also came across an interesting dissertation by Wilson Miller, a master's student in English literature at San Francisco State University. His thesis focuses on the word ass as an intensifier. From his research, we extracted two key findings. First, for a metonymic reference, which means peeupo, you can use ass to refer to a person as a whole, not just his ass, such as his ass, her ass, their ass, and your ass. As Ismo points out in the video, move your ass means to move your entire body and not just your butt. Second, you can create compound nouns with ass. The suffix, like something ass, can be attached to other words to make compound nouns. Again, as Ismo says, lazy ass husband, dumb ass, or smart ass. These terms can carry either positive or negative connotations depending on the context. We found that these two categories perfectly fit what Ismo says in his performance, and found it very interesting to think about, showcasing the evolution of a single word and its cultural implications. Last but not least, let's look at some of the translations we attempted to address cultural differences. First, we translated what's up to 밥 먹었어, as both phrases are common greetings in English and Korean respectively. And just as Ismo explains that the response to what's up is simply what's up, in Korean likewise, you don't need to answer whether you ate or not after someone asks you 밥 먹었어, right? And second, for the tip of the iceberg, we translated it as 엉찬의 일각 to keep the humor and internal wordplay in English. And despite these efforts, we do agree that there are still some limitations to our project. Most importantly, a one-to-one translation for ask is nearly impossible due to its cultural and linguistic complexity. However, we did brainstorm some ways to incorporate 엉덩이 while preserving the slang-like nuance of ask. For example, for lazy ass husband, we considered phrases like 엉덩이나 붙이고 있는 남편, or 엉덩이가 무거운 남편, which maintains the butt imagery while capturing the intended meaning. Okay, so what do you think would be the best translation for the word ass? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for listening.